Hey folks, it's Bill from Little White Dory, and we're out in the yard doing some cleanup today. We had a little bit of rain, I guess it was Thursday, Friday, and the temperatures dropped. Not that terribly warm out, but sunny, a little breezy. And I thought I'd give you a little update. I'll turn around this way. The chickens are doing their best at spring cleanup. My wife and I just did some cleaning in the front of the house, just getting ready for the season. And we were upstate New York, not this past weekend or this weekend, but last weekend, looking at a property near, it's kind of funny, the name of the town is Cooksaki. I'll leave it up to your imagination as to how you might spell the name Cooksaki. I'll give you a hint, it starts out with C-O-X. Anyway, we looked at some property up there, and I think I found something that I'm going to pursue. It's in some respects a lot more than I was looking for. It happens to be an existing horse farm that the current owner is, I think she's panicking because there's an imminent threat of a solar farm coming up. And the solar farm itself is not such a big deal, but I think she thinks that it's going to really hurt the value of the property. It might. I mean, it's not going to, I doubt it's going to improve the value, because this property is, for the most part, surrounded by the area where the solar farm would go. And I guess that everybody's got a little bit of not in my backyard NIMBY when it comes down to, when push comes to shove, when the tires hit the pavement, then it's not, I don't want that in my backyard. So I think that's her biggest problem. She ran this as a horse farm for over 20 years, and it was maybe 10 years before that it was actually created from a very large field. Someone carved out 10 acres. So the situation is this 10 acres of land that does not have a house on it. It has a barn, a horse barn, and it's a really pretty amazing horse barn in that it's kind of half modern but half old school. It is post and beam. It is some seriously, sturdy structure. But then around the outside, it's got yellow vinyl siding and a, asphalt shingle roof. The makeup of the property is it breaks up into, I think it's 6 different paddocks, and each of the paddocks is surrounded by a fence, and then each paddock with the fence has another fence around, so it's double fenced. My guess is that's how you keep coyotes out of the field, or you keep deer out of the field, and you keep your horses in. So there's plenty of areas that are just nice and flat. About 4 acres of the total. The current owner has never done anything but let the grass grow, and she would cut hay. And she claims that she hasn't bought hay in a couple of years because she's been able to make enough to get her through the winters. So it's a nice, level, loamy soil. It's considered to be like a Hudson Valley loam, or Hudson Valley silt, I guess. Just next to it is a lot of shale. I mean, more shale than you want to see. But in this area, nice and level, it's surrounded by cornfield or wheat or hay. I don't know what they grow in there. So we're looking at that. In the meantime, back at the ranch and home on Long Island, it's time to get ready for the spring. I'll tell you what, I'll take a quick peek over here. I'm going to flip around. We have the converted chicken tractor into the greenhouse, and right now it's probably about 80 degrees inside and maybe about 55 degrees outside. And we have our tomatoes, which are doing awesome in here. We got 4 flats going here that I took outside. We got peppers in these flats. Not the greatest on this one, but the peppers are hanging in there. They like a little more heat, from what I understand. So I got them in here. They're kind of hardening off and enjoying some natural sunlight. Garden, we're prepping. I'm going to see what I can do about putting a cover over the top of the garden over here. We've got straw on top of our garlic. The garlic is popping through. I'm going to show you that quickly. We refer to this as Olivia's Oblivion Garden. We had a woofer here that helped prep this garden. But you can see we've got our share of green stuff underneath. You can see some popping out over here. Actually, I can't see because I'm wearing polarized lenses and the sun is glaring. But we've got otherwise a really beautiful day. And let's see, other than that, the chickens are happy. We're happy. Getting a lot of eggs. Getting about 7-8 eggs a day out of 9 chickens, so that's pretty good. I can show you what I did today. In the last video or two, I posted how I've pulled the covers off of these beds here, and I've been pulling out and giving the chickens the greens, and they're loving it. They'll be gone, completely gone by this evening. They really do enjoy their greens. They just had a nice stroll through the yard here. I let them out for a bit, so while I was back here. We'll give them the greens out of this one over here soon. But this weekend, my wife and I went to a concert at the Westbury Music Fair, which is in Nassau County, closer to New York City, probably about, I don't know, 25 miles west of where I am and maybe 25 miles east of Manhattan, to see a guitar player named Joe Bonamasa. It was kind of a nice surprise. Our cousins decided that they wanted us to go to the concert with them, so they bought us 2 tickets, and I was like, you guys are crazy, these things are expensive, but I have to admit it was good, and I figured I'll include a little clip of his playing at the end of this video. So I'll stop here, tell you more about how we make out on the property, and give you an update again soon. But hopefully you'll enjoy this little music clip. This is an acoustic clip. It was the end of the concert. Well, the wind right now is not making a problem, but the concert was good. This guy's an incredibly talented guitarist, and he does this on an acoustic guitar, and he brings this sound alive. It's like, how do you do that from one instrument? All right, folks, we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the music. Bye-bye.